All right, let me cheer up some of my Crimson Tide fans. Ever since Coach Nick Saban announced that he was going to be retiring from Alabama, there has been a large shadow over the program in terms of what the future of Alabama football is going to look like. And while Alabama has already found Nick Saban's replacement in former Washington head coach Kalen DeBoer, there is still a lot of question marks around the program. I mean, the Tide's top returning receiver Isaiah Bond specifically stated that the reason why he decided to hit the portal and go to Texas was because Coach Saban was not going to be the head coach anymore. But one way to cheer up is to take a look at the future of Alabama football. And so today we're going to be taking a look at Alabama's top defensive recruits that they are bringing in the class of 2024. Now, Alabama brought in a ton of recruits on the defensive side of the ball, so we're just going to stick to the top 10 because we can't get to every single player. This video will be way too long, but I want to give an honorary shout out to guys like 3-star linebacker Quentin Reese, 3-star corner Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., 3-star defensive lineman Steve Mbakwe, and 3-star linebacker Caden Jones. On top of that, the Tide have been a little active in the portal, bringing in 4-star transfer prospect from Texas A&M LT Overton and 4-star transfer prospect at corner from USC Domani Jackson, both of which being former 5-star recruits. So let's get into it and take a look at the future stars of that Alabama Crimson Tide defense, because they definitely brought in some pieces. So we're about to break down the Alabama Crimson Tide's top 10 players that they brought in on the defensive side of the ball in the class of 2024. Leave this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn your notifications. I love and appreciate all y'all. Now, let's get into the video. 3, 2, 1. Starting it off, the Tide landed 3-star defensive lineman from Central High School, Isaiah Faga. This guy is 6'2", 275 pounds, and he's going to be a big piece for that defensive line. I love these 3-star defensive linemen that these big time schools bring in, because you know these kids, they can go to any other program and probably get some starting time. But first off, every time that you get offered, it's not like, oh, you get offered and then you just get to go to the school. A lot of teams will offer a kid and then they'll get them on campus and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, you're actually not as good as we thought that you were. And they're not gonna rescind the scholarship, but they're gonna be like, if you come here, you're not gonna really get playing time. Guys like these are the guys that, you know, probably should have been ranked a little bit higher. I mean, I'm looking at this kid and he's looking extremely strong. He's looking like he's able to move extremely well for being 6'2", 275. I think a guy like Isaiah Faga, as a junior, maybe even as a senior, he could find himself a quality role on that Crimson Tide defense. Get him up out the way. Next up, the Tide brought in 3-star linebacker standing at 6'3", 215 pounds, Justin Okoronkwo, but he's the #1 player in Germany. So this is an international kid. So trust, the play is going to be a little bit lighter just because you're talking about a guy playing internationally. Boom, sit him down. Let's go. Hey, he still looks good out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to just go based off of what he's playing like. You can't go based off of what everybody else is playing like. He looks like he's extremely quick to the ball. You know, you get a guy like this in the program. You let the coaches really develop him up. This is a guy that, you know, he could have some immediate burst, but this is a guy that's probably going to take a year or two to really develop. I mean, he's not used to playing American style football. Let him continue to develop. Let him grow. But if you could be playing at the German level and then get an offer from Alabama, that should let you know what type of player that you are. I mean, look at the speed, 6'3", 215. And he's running like that. Justin Okoronkwo, he could be an interesting prospect for the Tide. Go hawk him down. Next up, the Tide landed 4-star defensive end and edge rusher Sterling Dixon. This kid is 6'3", 211 pounds, and he can flat out move. I mean, you're talking about two guys with more so speed frames with Sterling Dixon and Justin Okoronkwo. Throw both of those guys out there as edge rushers or outside linebackers, and you're getting guys that have some serious wheels and pop. Sterling Dixon, as he was coming up through the ranks, was actually for a long time ranked as a 5-star recruit. He fell a good chunk, but still a very, very talented player. Where you going? Just wrap him up and sit him down. So, yo, just upended homeboy. Next up, the Tide landed 4-star safety, right? Darius Morgan, sitting at 6 foot, 175 pounds. This kid, hey, look at the speed. Look how quickly, watch how quickly he goes from here, closes all that ground in no time at all, and absolutely derails that quarterback. Yeah, I love how quick that he's playing. He's getting into that backfield with some quickness. Keep your eyes down, keep your eyes up. And just, I love that speed. I love his hawk down. He does not slow down at all. It is pure ears pinned back. I'm going after that ball. Thank you. Thank you. Other way with that. Swoop. Let's go. I like this kid, right? Darius Morgan, I love the tenacity that he plays the position with. He's just throwing his body out there. I love it. And you know that Alabama has to keep that defensive line stacked, so they're bringing in 4-star edge rusher Jaylen Ross. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. So far, that's 3 edge rushers or defensive line players that the Tide are bringing in. Like, they're going to make sure that their defensive line is at the top of the SEC every single year. I mean, you got Texas coming in there now. Georgia's obviously going to continue to be dominant. You have to continue to out-recruit these guys with big people on that offensive and defensive line, and Alabama's making sure that they're doing that. I love he's got like a fluidness to his game. He's not like super sudden, but he's just very smooth in everything that he does. Thank you. Whoop, whoop, down to the crib. Let's go. Okay, he's got some wheels. Next up, the Tide landed 4-star safety out of St. John Bosco High School, Payton Woodyard. This kid already has NFL size. He's 6'2", 188 pounds at the safety position. Like, he's got that height and he's got the range. I've been covering this kid for a little while now because obviously all the Bosco players, you're going to be covering them because there's so many players that are on those teams that are getting recruited. Payton Woodyard, this kid, he started off as a linebacker and now he's a full-time safety. He can flat out play. I mean, just look at him break that up. Where you going? Make a play. Keeping his eye, like, I love how he reads this. Look at how he's following his man across, and then he sees, nope, this is a screen. Undercut, bow, where you going? Blew all that up. That had no chance of even starting at all. Yeah, Payton Woodyard, that 6'2", pretty much 190 pound frame is gonna make him so rangy. I mean, he's big enough to be another linebacker in the box, but then he's also athletic enough to be able to go play center field for the Tide if he needs to. And we've been seeing Alabama's had phenomenal safety play over these past couple of years, and I think that that's gonna continue. Now heading back to the defensive line for the Tide, we got 4-star defensive linemen and then the first top 100 recruit. He's the 91st best player in the class of 2024, Jeremiah Beeman. This kid is 6'3", 259 pounds. I mean, you're talking about a huge defensive lineman. Jeremiah Beeman, this is the first bigger body that you're getting on that defensive line. I mean, we did talk about Isaiah Faga, but I think that he's the first guy that you're really looking at and say, okay, like, this is a guy that we can get on that defensive line, and he's athletic enough and big enough to be able to hang with SEC level offensive linemen. Get inside and blow all that up. Next up, Alabama had a pair. They're already NFL size safety with another NFL size safety in 6'1.5", 187 pounds. Or woo! My man, wait a second. He absolutely decleated this dude. This is Xavier Mincy standing at 6'1.5", 187 pounds. 6th best safety in the class of 2024. This kid is a prop. Ooh, he was supposed to go the other way with that. He read that. Oh, he read that so well. He actually overjumped the ball. Where you going? This kid just get ran out of bounds. Oh, I thought he was about to come down with it. Who is this kid? Yeah, way to break on that. Yep, thank you. We're going the other way. Yeah, Xavier Mincy, this kid, yo, pairing him up with Payton Woodyard is gonna be a problem. 2 6-foot+ safeties who can hit and can also run with you. It's gonna be lockdown city for the Tide. Thank you. We're going the other way with that. If there is one thing that the Tide are focusing on in their secondary in 2024, it is size. This is 4-star modern day corner Zabien Brown. This kid, oh, get down with the one-hander. This kid is 6 foot, 180 pounds. You're gonna be pairing him up with another former modern day corner in Domani Jackson. These guys, I'm telling you, Alabama, they're going to be such a lockdown team on that in the secondary. Xavier Brown, he is the 3rd best corner in the entire country, a top 50 recruit. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. I love watching modern day corners because they're so technically sound. I mean, you're talking about guys, way to just explode on that route. They're so technically sound. There's no way that you're beating them. And then like literally like that was a great release by that wide receiver. Couldn't get nothing done. Where you going? Nope. And last but certainly not least, the Alabama Crimson Tide are bringing in 5-star athlete Jaylen Mbakwe. This kid is 5'11", 170 pounds of just, this kid can flat out explode on the field. Like when he gets the ball in his hands, he is gone. So he is ranked as an athlete, but the 24/7 Sports also has him listed as a corner. So I could totally see him playing corner as well. I mean, this is a kid that he can just flat out do everything that you're asking for him on a football field. Jaylen Mbakwe, he's just so quick. He's so dynamic. Wherever you need him, he can more than get it done. Let it fly. Get to running. I mean, just look at this. Look at the speed. So those are the recruits that Alabama is bringing in to help bolster that defensive side of the ball next season. I think we can all agree Alabama's going to be terrifying on the defensive side of the ball next season. I want you guys to comment down below right now. Of all 10 of the players that we took a look at, who were you guys most impressed by? For me, it has to be Payton Woodyard and Xavier Mincy. I think that both of those guys at that safety position with the size and speed that they have are going to create havoc for opposing teams on the offense. Like literally, you're not going to be able to throw the ball deep at all with both of those guys playing center field. I think that Alabama's going to have that safety position locked up with quality talent for years. But I want to hear from all y'all. Comment your thoughts down below. Leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications. We're going to keep you up to date with everything that is going on in college football. I love and appreciate each and every single last one of y'all that watches this video and gets to this point in the video. I just want to let you know, if you're going through anything, you know, if life is a little tough, or, you know, if life's going great, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, know that you can always call upon Jesus Christ. He is right there with you, whether times are going good, times are bad, you know, it's a questionable season, or, you know, everything's clear. Always know that you can call upon Jesus. There's nothing too big or too small for him, and all he wants to do is just help you and show you how much that he loves you. Love and appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.